Dandruff seems to be a harmless phenomenon, but it can bring great inconvenience and be the beginning of a more serious illness like seborrheic dermatitis. It's better not to bring this up. I will tell you specifically and clear about the top 5 mistakes in the treatment of dandruff, why medicated shampoos like Nizoral can worsen the condition, what is wrong with the inflammation and itching, how does frequent washing lead to increased dandruff, why are tar and other natural products are really dangerous for the skin, and what tests or surveys actually need to be done to find their root cause. I will also share specific actions that you can apply today to get rid of dandruff, redness on the head and itching. At the end, I will also tell you how it will be possible to send me information on your situation and get the feedback. The very first and the biggest mistakes is using anti-dandruff shampoos. It can be either harmless at first glance, Head and Shoulders, for example, Vichy Decros, or special therapeutic shampoos such as Nizoral, Ketoconazole, and Sulcena. These shampoos only wash off the husks and act on the topmost layer of the epidermis, usually over drying the head, and you become addictive. Yes, we need to improve the microflora of the scalp. We need to remove grease and create an environment in which bacteria, fungi, or other microorganisms cannot live. Shampoos with ketoconazole affect fungi. Malassezia has been proven to be present in large quantities in a dandruff. This is often talked about. But if we dig a little deeper and try to study the information, we will understand that everything is not so simple. Many scientists believe that Malassezia is the cause of dandruff, and they blame it for all troubles. This study, for example, proved that it's possible that Malassezia is a symptom and not a cause. That is, first there is a failure, and then Malassezia appears. So shampoos containing ketoconazole just affect the structure of the fungus and reduce the number of fungus. There is not much information on the internet that, in addition to Malassezia, on the head of people with seborrheic dermatitis, and this is precisely the name of dandruff in scientific language, the appearance and increase of other harmful organisms such as Staphylococcus, for example, is also noticed on the head. For Staphylococcus, such shampoos is as a bath with sea salt. They can still live. Staphylococcus aureus is usually treated with antibiotics alone. So we really need to create an environment on the scalp that it's unfavorable for bacteria, and that means sore. And such an environment should last for a long time. What to do? Use natural remedies. Take tea tree essential oil, for example. It has antifungal properties and no side effects. Buy a natural shampoo and add tea tree oil to it. So simple, try it. You may argue that the harm from ketoconazole is understandable, but what about Head and Shoulders? Why is Head and Shoulders so harmful? Head and Shoulders contains pyritone zinc. This substance just helps to contain bacteria, only while you are using it. I washed my hair with this shampoo for several years, and I didn't know what dandruff was. As soon as I changed the shampoo, flakes immediately appeared. Interestingly, recently European Commission banned the use of pyritone zinc in shampoos. Now manufacturers must find a replacement. Why? Because maybe it's not so safe for us. So first, remove dandruff shampoos. The second mistake is to comb out the scales from the head, so the flakes from the head. Admit it. Do you take a comb and try to remove all the dandruff? This cannot be done. If you gently comb only hair without touching the head, this is acceptable. It is important not to touch the skin itself. Imagine you have inflamed skin on your head. Like any wound, the body is trying to heal it, accelerating the production of keratinocytes. These are the cells that make up the epidermis. It has been proven that with seborrheic dermatitis, the process is accelerated until the keratinocytes reach the stratum corneum of the skin. You have them updated 5 times faster. So it means that if you have seborrheic dermatitis and dandruff, your keratinocytes update and grow 5 times faster. Forming crusts, our body tries to restore the skin under them. By combing, you break this outer layer, and you can infect and cause even more inflammation, and accordingly, there can be even more dandruff. What to do? Maintain an acidic environment with a natural shampoo and tea tree oil. When you wash your hair, wait longer. Do not wash off the shampoo immediately. Let the skin soak with tea tree oil. Over time, all the scales will be washed off the head. Remember that after applying tea tree oil, you may feel a chill or a while. Itching may also increase and is completely normal. The skin may also dry out a bit. Do not worry, keep going and see results. According to this article, tea tree oil is very beneficial for dandruff and various dermatitis. The results do not come wash off. Now the question arises, how often to wash your hair? This is the third mistake. So we start to washing our hair too often, or vice versa. We try not to wash for weeks. If you wash your hair too often, you further disrupt the fat metabolism of the skin. This can lead to both overhaired skin and increased oiliness. The sebaceous glands will secrete more oil to lubricate dry areas. If you start washing your hair too often, then you will notice that the skin becomes oily faster and faster. What to do? Wash your hair with the same frequency as usual. Not more often, not less often. Mistake number 4. The use of natural remedies such as tar soap, laundry soap, or chicken yolks. In the case of tar and laundry soap, these are just too aggressive products for the skin. Yes, they are antifungal, but there is a high probability that after application, the amount of dandruff will double. There may also be severe itching and distinct redness. Yolks and other grandmother advices is like reading a mantra to get rid of dandruff. It will not get any worse. It probably will not be useful either. One of my clients tried to do everything possible to get rid of the huge crust on his head. He specially shaved his head, tried all the shampoos, watched all the videos he could find with recipes. He decided that it was necessary to influence the skin as much as possible, so he took pure tea tree oil, natural tar, mixed them together, added a solution of laundry soap, chamomile, some extract, and eucalyptus pasta. He put it all on his head and put on a bag, so that effect should be better as he thought. He tore off the package after 10 minutes, as it was incredibly hot and itchy. In addition to the crusts that remained, of course, a red head and terrible itch were added to this condition. So please don't repeat this. Good news is that it all worked out at the end. So he did manage to cope with his condition, of course, without medicated shampoos and the tar. This is how his head looked after the treatment. Only when he realized that the problem was inside and saw that we do not put on the head first, we must first find the root cause. This is exactly the 5th and final mistake. We either do not take any test at all and do not do examinations, or we begin to randomly check everything that is possible. So if we heard something about the hormonal background, we test our hormones. If we think it's demodex, we scraping on a tick. And what if it's an allergy? Then we run to take an expensive test for intolerance to all products. The problem is that almost every test will show you that you have some kind of deviation, and you are unlikely to be told that your neighbor, maybe he is eating much worse than you, he has worse condition, but most likely you will be prescribed with the incorrect treatment afterwards, and you will spend time and energy on treating the root cause of dandruffs, which are not. So what to do in this case? Of course, you still need to be checked. This is essential way. So we need to find out the root cause of the skin problems. My suggestion is make the ultrasound of the abdominal organs. It's affordable, painless and fast. Most likely there will be some deviation problems with the bile, for example. It can be pancreas, it can be stomach. Sometimes they say that everything is fine, but in the conclusion they still write the problem. You can do the ultrasound and send me a photo of the conclusion personally. In the description of this video you will find my mobile number. Please write me in WhatsApp or in Telegram or Viber. If you have already done ultrasound, send me a photo. It doesn't matter if you did it recently or several years ago. Perhaps you didn't find anything there, so it can be that according to ultrasound you are healthy. Then I will tell you what else you can check and what else is worth to check. If you still have problems, don't worry, everything can be approached. Ultrasound will just prove to you that the problem is inside. And this means that healing also needs to start from the inside. And it probably will not be soon. Often this is a chronic disease and patience is needed here. I also advise you to start the free eczema relief course that will make your skin look much better. There is a link in the description below that you can use for the free registration. Try to follow all the recommendations I mentioned. See how your condition changes and do an ultrasound. You also can write me personally to have a consultation. You can do so by writing to me in WhatsApp, for example, Viber, Telegram, or just send me the request on the website. All the information is in the description. And please, the most important advice, take action. Don't wait until your skin becomes worse.